Am I being heard? Am I being heard? Possibly. Possibly. Am I being heard? Am I being heard? Possibly. Possibly.
Peace all on the
Possibly.
track.
Am I being heard?
Remember the name podcast. You got me, Xadi.
JR out here.
Yeah, and we back with another episode.
Number 4, right?
Yup, number 4.
First of the year, 2020.
Yup.
Glad we
Brand new
made it.
things on the way.
Yeah. As we keep going, should get better and better, man. Should get better and better.
Word facts. I want to say shout out, you know what I'm saying, to the people who are trying to be dedicated to the gym life right now. So you gotta shout out those people. Those people need our support right now.
The first of the year is.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's when they pack all the gyms. And y'all knowing this shit but it's funny seeing the people dwindle down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over
Numbers do shrinking.
Yeah.
They get smaller.
Yeah, but we could talk about the niggas who stay in the gym. And that's these NBA players who have provided us with an amazing decade.
Oh yeah, it's been a good 10 years. A lot of different kind of champions. A lot of great players. It's been a good 10 years.
Yeah? You think you like this more than the early 2000s?
I'd say it might be like a more fast-paced, offensively dominant style. I don't know. I like it. I don't know if I like it more, but I like it enough to really enjoy it because of how much points everyone scores and the pace.
Yeah.
But I think the league's going in a good direction.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I like last generation. I like the early 2000s.
Because the players you grew up on, possibly.
Probably
when you
that
were younger.
too, but at the
It's got
same
something to do
time,
with it.
I feel like it was just more, I don't know, gritty.
Yeah,
You know what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
It was more competition. Like the level of, not like talent-wise, we have more talent nowadays. But when we talk about just level of competition, where if you had just straight scrubs on your squad, you're still guarding the best player and still trying to kill the best player. Like,
Yeah, I guess.
like I know I kill Kawhi all the time, but he guards the best player still.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like about the early 2000s.
I think everyone's more skilled now, so it's like, I don't know, the skill gap has gone up.
Yeah, but the top stars in the early 2000s would have fucking dominated nowadays, I feel like.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We actually can't see. But I don't know. I don't know what to think about that.
But that's a conversation we can
Another
save.
day.
But that's a loaded ass.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot to digest very quickly.
We could just keep it to these 10 years that we just experienced with all of you.
So
we
you
might
kind
as
of want to
well.
do like a first team, second team, all decade kind of thing. Because I got some interesting picks on who I like. The beginning of the decade was definitely different from the last like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Especially with the dominance.
I don't know. I don't really like doing things like this. You know what I'm saying? Because the impact and how you feel around that time is kind of different sometimes. And it's like sometimes we only halfway through their prime. You know what I'm saying? We can't really count them yet. Like Giannis is obviously one of the top players in this decade, but number-wise, he's not.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it
That's why I
makes
don't
it
have him
kinda-
on my list.
But he could be honorable mention.
Possibly, yeah, but you're not on my list.
Because you could argue that anybody that you have replacing him, could be better than
I
him.
don't think so. The only thing he's got going for him is one MVP last year. For all decade, anything.
I guess. I mean, just talent.
You got a most improved player.
Dominance.
Rookie of the year.
When's the last time we seen somebody that dominant?
Yeah, but it does limited years.
When's the last time we seen somebody that dominant?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you mean by that dominant?
Giannis?
Yeah. Like, what do you mean
Well,
that dominant?
James Harden is dominant, but that's in a different aspect.
You mean like interior-wise, like Shaq?
More than that. Like, he
Nah,
just
he gotta know
physically,
more from him. He gotta
like,
know more.
since LeBron James, nobody has been that physically demanding. Like,
Possibly. I don't know. I
he
definitely
just
wouldn't.
takes up so much space.
I definitely wouldn't put Giannis in my top decade players.
I wouldn't, but I
Because he
just
hasn't
I
played-
like to
he hasn't-
entertain it.
He hasn't. I'm not entertaining. He hasn't played enough this decade. Not like the players that I got on my thing. I got a whole first team list made out.
I do too. Don't worry.
I like Steph. Steph's my
It's probably gonna be
guard.
around the same shit.
yeah, probably. I like Steph as my guard. He has two MVPs, one unanimous MVP. I think he's the only unanimous MVP. He also has 3 championships, and he revolutionized the game with the 3-point shooting ability, where he takes a large amount of threes. He also makes them at a high volume as well.
So, greatest shooter of all time?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's not even a question.
Okay.
Who do you?
Just making sure.
I'll let you pick one player too, and then we'll go back and forth like that. I think that's probably a good way to do it.
I mean, I think Steph Curry's a clear cut.
Okay, so now you pick one that you would put on a team, and I'll see if I enjoy your little choice.
I would say shooting guard.
You can do shooting guard, or you can do a forward. No matter to me.
I say small forward LeBron James.
Oh yeah, that's a given. I think he's the best player of the decade.
You know, get that out the way. I want to make it a little difficult for you on your next
Not difficult
go
for
round.
me. This one's easy. It's gonna get harder for you.
No, so he did mention that he does have a list. I'm just going off of, and I'm saying what I have in my head, what I've thought about these last couple days. Know
Man,
what I'm saying?
I come strapped, man. I come prepared.
It's alright.
Yeah, I come to go to war. I don't play around. But I like Kevin Durant, obviously. 2-time Finals MVP, 1 MVP reward in the regular season. It's Kevin Durant. There's really not much to say about that. That's a solid one of the best players of the decade. He went to the finals in, I think, 2011. And he's been to the finals the last 3 years at the end of the decade. So he's a clear-cut guy.
Yep. Let's not forget his bullshit ass decision to join the Warriors. It's soft. We still gotta put a little blemish in his career.
Oh,
But
for
anyway,
sure. He definitely went. He definitely took the easy way
But he's
out.
definitely top player at his position.
He's probably the second best player of the decade, honestly, behind LeBron James, in my personal opinion. Him and LeBron both have 3 rings this decade. They both have... No, he has 2 rings, KD, right? Yeah, 2.
Yes.
KD has 2, LeBron has 3. They both have at least 2 final MVPs.
What about Kawhi?
Yeah, I'd say Kawhi is one of the best players of the decade for sure.
So you put KD over Kawhi?
Oh, hell yeah. Why would I not put KD over Kawhi? That's crazy.
All day, any day?
All day, every day, twice on Sunday. That's a blasphemous statement.
I feel like you shouldn't just like be
Didn't
so quick to...
Didn't KD end the Spurs season the one year when he was on OKC? I think so. And then didn't KD...
But first of all, that's a young Kawhi.
It's not a young Kawhi. That's a Kawhi that's already won a championship.
So that's still a young Kawhi. He was not the Kawhi that he is now.
What about the year when they won 60 games and then KD and then the Warriors beat them?
But you gotta face Kawhi when he's the main.
He was the main one in San
Yeah,
Antonio.
but you know,
I'm talking about his last
kind of
last
system,
healthy
dude.
year. What do you mean? What system? Kawhi don't be averaging 30 points a game.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So you're passing the ball around. It's not centered around him. So you can't.
I'm talking
really-
about now.
Now you can. Now it's more of ISO ball, more of him creating.
Yeah, but he
that
doesn't
stuff.
score major points a game.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, but he doesn't. So it's like, I just know KD's much better than Kawhi. It's not even a question.
He doesn't have to. Like he doesn't have to do all of that scoring. Defensively, he's better than KD.
Yeah, but KD's a good defender.
He's
too.
given KD problems before. You know what I'm saying?
Not really. They just KD teams usually beat the Kawhi teams. In OKC, they beat them the year before KD left, and then they lost to the Warriors after being up 3-1. and then he went to the Warriors next year.
So after he wins a championship, you want to count that he beat him?
He beat him before they won the championship.
He still won the championship. They didn't.
I'm talking about the
go on
year.
to
We're
win
talking about the
nothing.
year the Cavs won against the Warriors.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the year Cavs won against the Warriors, KD beat San Antonio easily when Kawhi was on that team and LaMarcus Aldridge and whoever else, and they went to the Western Conference Finals where they were beating the Warriors 3-1, and then the Warriors came back. Shout out Klay Thompson. And that's
so right now you're telling me that if you was to draft a player, you would draft Durant before you draft Kawhi.
Oh, for sure. As long as
Right
KD's
now, after they both got their 2 rings.
Yeah, if KD's fully healthy. Oh, not even a question. I don't even know. It's not even a question. KD makes a bigger impact on the team than Kawhi does.
No.
Yeah, he does.
No, he does not.
He does.
I'm not gonna sit here and let you say some.
You want to know
bullshit
why?
Like that.
Kawhi Leonard will never win an MVP award. Kevin Durant's an MVP caliber player every year.
What? First of all, you know that's a fucking bum ass award. Like nobody
Why is
really
it a
gives.
bum ass award?
Like it.
I think it matters.
Although
It matters in
the
your
top
legacy.
3 players are all deserving of that award.
Yeah, but it matters
take
in your
any of the-
legacy. If you want to be the best player of all time, you have to have MVP awards. It just shows that you're the most dominant player of the year at least once.
He's been Finals MVP though, right?
Twice. One of them he wasn't that outstanding.
But he still won it.
He
'cause
definitely
was a
won it,
pivotal
yeah,
part.
But that's for one series. That's for a 7-game series. We're talking about a prolonged season where you're just gonna dominate.
The only thing that's gonna stop Kawhi, or would stop Kawhi, is the fact that his load management is gonna get it.
Load management, unload management,
His-
don't matter. KD better than Kawhi, man. I don't even know why we're having
know.
this conversation.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's an arguable conversation.
There's no arguing how.
I think he's a way better
How?
scorer than
KD
Kawhi.
is like a 4-time scoring champion. He's the hardest player in the league to guard.
He's a better scorer, but I
Yeah.
feel like
Kawhi's
his
not shutting
scoring
him
doesn't
down.
complement a team, bro.
Kawhi's not shutting him down.
He's not creating
How?
plays. How does he make his teammates better?
By getting double teamed.
Who makes
having
whose
the
teammates
offense.
better?
I would say probably Kevin Durant, honestly. Like who
John
has Kawhi,
fucking Rick.
who has Kawhi Leonard made better?
John.
Who has Kawhi Leonard made better?
John, he made the whole Raptors team better.
The whole Raptors team
Dude,
is
you
good.
took DeRozan,
Yeah, but the whole
out
Raptors
of
team
there.
is good.
but
That was
DeRozan couldn't get it done.
Yeah, but that wasn't DeRozan's fault.
Is DeRozan nice?
It wasn't his fault.
Is DeRozan nice?
Yeah, but you don't get it. though.
DeRozan is dumb nice.
So you think
Which means
you think,
Kawhi
you
had
think,
to be next level and
Yeah,
bring
but
those players up.
can I say
Something
two
that he
words?
couldn't do.
Can I say 2 words?
What?
LeBron James. Why do you think the Raptors never got out the East? LeBron James went to like 7 straight finals. Like you're not.
Dude, but it's not. But okay, it was LeBron
From
James.
2012, no, from 2011 all the way to 2018, he went to the finals. Out of the East with Miami, with Cleveland. It's very hard. The Raptors last year had a really good record.
But they didn't come
No,
close to
listen.
beating them at all. Like,
Yeah, no, I know, I get that, but he didn't have to play them again, did he? They didn't have to play the Cavs and LeBron. But let me say this one thing: this year the Raptors are. Oh, I hit the mic. This year the Raptors are good without Kawhi. They have one of the better records in the East. And last year without Kawhi Leonard, they had a really good record when games he didn't play. He missed like 15 to 20 games last year, and they had a really good record.
Look, to me, I feel like Toronto has been a very talented team for a couple years now.
Yeah, he put him over the hump.
And he was the reason why they won the chip.
I'm just gonna
He
agree
put them
to
over the
disagree.
hump.
Because for the simple fact that if the KD didn't get hurt, the Warriors were winning that series. And if Thompson needed hurt, even if Curry and Thompson alone.
Things happen for a reason, though, man. Like
Things happen
you
for
can
a
say
reason.
shoulda, coulda, woulda. We don't
Yeah, I
even
know.
know.
I'm just saying though.
We don't even know if they're gonna hit those shots. But
Well,
anyway, let's.
I still got one more. I'm going James Harden over all those rest of those other guards that are possible
Yep, James Harden.
on
I
this
agree.
list. He's an
Fit a
MVP
big
candidate.
boy. Let's
He's
get
MVP
it.
candidate, multiple years of scoring over 35 points a game. He's a real problem, so that's who I got on there. I still can't believe you think Kawhi is better than KG.
I never said that. All right, let me just put it out there.
definitely.
He's trying to change the narrative now.
There's no narrative.
Or trying to create one.
KD's been way better this decade than Kawhi, by far. Dude has an MVP award, 2 Finals MVPs, 2 dominant Finals MVPs at that.
When you're on a team with 2 Hall of Famers,
3, but yeah,
3 Hall of Famers, that makes it that easy.
Oh, for sure. I didn't say it was.
Did he do that in Oklahoma City? Stop being brainwashed, John.
About brainwashed for the what?
You're being sucked into the KD is just so great, and yes, he is great, but he's not. He's not exceeding. It's not like 1A and 2A and then C, D, E, F, G.
Kawhi's my favorite. Kawhi's one of my favorite players in the league, but I'm very rational when I come to my thinking. Kawhi was never considered one of the top 3 players in the league before he went to Toronto at any point, and then he load managed in Toronto. The only reason that people think Kawhi is top 3 players is because they won the chip last year. If he didn't win the championship last year, we would not be talking about Kawhi in a top 3 caliber. But we've been talking about KD as either the best player or the second best player in the league since probably 2014, 15. And I don't understand how one 16-game playoff run just gonna leap you ahead of guys that have been putting in major work for a while.
First,
that's all I'm saying. You can't that's why I don't put Giannis as the best player quite yet, because I need at least one more year, or at least the end of this year, because I don't like anointing people to the top of the pyramid without having multiple showings that you are that dominant. You know what I'm saying? I need lots of evidence. That's why I don't want to put. That's why Kawhi is not on the level of Kevin Durant is, in my opinion.
So we have center left.
I didn't pick a center. I just went 2 guards and 3 forwards. I got Steph, Harden, LeBron, KD, Kawhi. Those are my best 5 players of the decade.
So you got Kawhi in your.
Yeah, he's the last person I put on the list. It was either Kawhi or probably one of the second team guys. Second team is a weird one too. All the people I have on my second team, I'll just run down my full list real quick. Probably easiest. I got.
Hold on. I didn't even say what my whole first team was.
Man, you better figure it out.
I think it's the same.
Yeah,
is it the
that
same?
makes sense.
Yeah, it's the same. Kawhi, Kevin, LeBron, James, Harden, and Steph Curry.
Yeah. Second team was much harder because I don't even have a Russell Westbrook on here. He has MVP. But
Wait,
yeah.
You don't have Russ on there?
Not on my second team now. I got some other players ahead of him that I like.
Ooh, this is where it gets
I told you,
spicy.
Just tell me. I told you. I will tell you exactly who I like.
All right.
I got the Bean, Kobe Bryant. I don't remember what exact year he retired, but he was still putting in major work during the decade.
You got Kobe Bean?
Got Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bean Bryant. You have him as your second team?
Yeah, I got Kobe as my second team. I like Kobe Bryant. I like Kobe put in mad work. He was still very good towards this decade. They didn't go really far in the playoffs, though, after they won those back-to-back chips. When did they win? 2010? So, yeah, he won the first championship of the decade, 2010. So, and he won Finals MVP. So, you got to give him the being that.
Nah,
Mr.
but he was
Bryant.
on the back end, dog. Like that.
He
He
might have been a back end, but how many people can say they have a Finals MVP and a championship this decade? He led not single-handedly, but he was a main contributor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got Kobe, then I got my favorite player in the last 10 years.
Wade.
Yes, Dwayne Wade. This dude just stealing my thunder.
You mad, huh?
No, I'm not mad. No, I'm not mad, dog. All right, I got D Wade because he got those 2 chips back to back. You know, the Miami Heat. He was still scoring like 20 points a game for a good while. So that young waiter, call him Dwayne. And then next person I got is Chris Paul. 50 games every year, probably the best point guard of the decade, I would say.
Chris Paul,
the best point guard of the decade.
Damn, man, I wish Darren Williams was kind of.
Darren Williams been washed since he went to Brooklyn, son.
Nah, not since he went to Brooklyn.
Yeah, he been washed since Brooklyn, dog.
I think after his second year in Brooklyn, second or third year.
Cam Williams is
He
such
got
a disappointing
injured.
player.
He got
Man,
injured, man.
that man was not trying to be a raw
Listen,
player.
chill. Don't talk about my twin like
Man, just because you look like a dude, huh?
that.
But
I'm nice like him too.
the next person I got is Blake Griffin. He's been very good this decade. Consistent. Him and Chris Paul, Lob City. We're gonna talk about them later in decade disappointment.
Actually, I don't agree with your Blake Griffin.
Who's better than Blake Griffin?
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, but they made the playoffs only like twice.
I don't give.
They make it every year. They make it every year.
When,
Well, you
first
say
of all, Blake Griffin was a part of the Clippers team who has been one of the most disappointing teams
Yeah,
in
so we'll
this
get to
past fucking decade.
I guess we won't get to that. We'll talk now then. But all right, so the Clippers are mad disappointing. But Blake Griffin did perform very well. He won Rookie of the Year. He's won dunk contests. He's averaged over 25 points a game. Throughout that time, they've won 50 games a few times. They've been to the second round of playoffs a couple times. Obviously, couldn't get over the hump. But I like Blake Griffin. And my last player, he was on my favorite squad for a few years during the decade. We call him Mr. Carmelo Anthony. Melo's been really good this decade, putting in like 26, 27 a game. He's got a scoring title. He's second in MVP one of these years. He's been working with a bunch of terrible pieces in New York. And I think Melo is another one I put on there. The only other honorable mention is probably Russell Westbrook. I could slide Russell Westbrook in, but I don't want to give up Wade. But I could possibly give up Kobe, but Kobe did win the first chip of the year.
All right, I'm gonna just call a spade a spade.
It's a spade then.
We see the Dwayne Wade bias.
How? 2 championships.
Dude.
2 back-to-back championships. 4 finals in the decade. He went to 4 straight finals in the decade.
That's fine.
That's a lot.
Fine.
That's 4 out of 10 years he was in the finals.
carrying you.
He wasn't being carried, man.
You
And
got
if it wasn't,
LeBron
and Wade,
Dwayne Wade
and
was
Wade,
nowhere
and
near
then
his
in the,
prime.
And then in 2011, 2012 when they won the chip, he played. 2011 when they lost to Dallas, he was the best performing Miami Heat player. If LeBron had played better in the fourth quarter, no, I'm just saying if LeBron, the best player, had played better in the fourth quarter, they would have won that championship. And LeBron has admitted to that, and that's why he ended up winning 3 championships after that. But D Wade's got 2 chips, 4 finals in 10 years. You got to give the man his respect, and he just retired last year.
Look, I love Dwayne Wade.
Who you gonna
I feel
put
like
ahead
he's
of him?
more a part of the decade before.
How? Who are you gonna put ahead of him? How is he the decade before? He went to 4 finals this decade, 4 straight, averaged over 20 points a game, 4 straight finals. I'm just saying, dude. You gotta. The Kobe one is the only one.
Too good.
The Kobe one is the only one I can argue because of the simple fact that Kobe didn't play that long into the decade, but he does have a Finals MVP and a championship in the last 10 years. So I'm not gonna rub that away. There's a lot of great players that don't even have that or even come close to that.
I say this, all right. For my second team.
Yeah, go ahead, Anthony Davis. Heard you.
So I got Anthony Davis.
That's good.
He was averaging 24 points, 11
How many
rebounds.
years? How many years? What year was he drafted? 2014, 13?
I'm not too sure right off the top of my head.
I know where he is. Keep going.
But you got Anthony Davis. He's going to be the best player in the NBA probably
Possibly.
in a year or 2.
Possibly.
That's what he's expected to be.
Giannis has a lot to say about that.
He does, but you was just arguing about Giannis. Forget it.
Yeah, but Giannis has showed that he can win an MVP. He's gone to the first step you need to get to best player in the league status. You know what I'm saying? There's criteria.
He still can't
you
shoot
can't be
worth a lick, but
no, you can't be the best player in the league and not win an MVP award. That's a simple fact. Look, now think about it. All the best players in the league have won an MVP award. Have they not?
yes.
All right, then. So in order to be the best, that's why Harden still has an opportunity because he's won an MVP award. So I ain't going to bash your boy, James. But who else you got?
All right, so I got Russell Westbrook.
See, I can dig that because he does have MVP. He plays really well. Triple-double 3 years in a row. It's nice. Mm-hmm. I would put him over Kobe. I would keep Wade because of the 4 finals appearances and the 2 championships. And he was the second biggest contributor on those. But yeah, keep going.
He was monumental. He kind of was the.
Damn, I'm getting sick.
He was a person who kind of opened the door for this wave of
Who?
Russell Westbrook, of these triple doubles being scored.
He brought that to light. He told them that he showed people that it's doable if you just try hard and just fucking just dominate and do your job to the highest of your ability every play.
Brody, so you're my second team.
Sorry, Russell, you're my honorable mention, brother.
That's damn.
Russell's my guy, man.
Do that to that boy.
How you gonna disrespect Kobe or Wade?
I didn't disrespect them.
We talking about the decade though. You gotta have a high. You have to have something that a lot of people don't have in order to be that. Or you just gotta be consistently just amazing for 10 years. And both those guys, I don't think played for the whole decade. I think Russ played 2010 or 9 when he got into the league.
That's fine.
He wasn't the Russ until like 2014, 13.
That's fine, but he was taking off.
He was going, yeah. All right, well, keep going. Who you got?
Next I got Paul George.
Paul George is good, but I wouldn't put him second team I wouldn't put him above Blake Griffin. He hasn't really done anything Blake Griffin hasn't.
Oh, hell yeah, I'll be putting him over Blake Griffin.
What has he done that Blake Griffin hasn't?
I feel like Blake Griffin
What has he done that Blake Griffin hasn't?
First of all, he's a better... let's just talk about player. Right?
What has he done that Blake Griffin hasn't?
First of all...
Just tell me.
What?
What has he done that Blake Griffin hasn't? What in his career has he done?
What has the other person... What has Blake Griffin done that he hasn't?
He's been more dominant in his role.
No.
For sure.
I feel like... No, how are you going to be one of the softest people, one of the softest players in the NBA, and then call him dominant? He has never been dominant. He has dominant skills. Like, he just has a plethora of skills that make him a crazy-ass threat. But he's not dominant.
Boy Blake.
Nah, Blake is just not.
Blake Griffin.
He didn't put it together. He didn't figure it out.
Honestly,
he had all the pieces.
I don't know what Paul George has done that Blake Griffin hasn't. So that's what like people are gonna say. Paul George finished.
If LeBron wasn't there to stop Paul George in Indiana, you think Paul George would have had?
They would have lost to the person out of the West, or Derrick Rose would have won the championship.
So you agree he would have made it to the finals?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. So
or
it's
Blake
like,
Griffin, or Derrick Rose would have won the championship with the Bulls.
Ooh, Derrick Rose. I wish he was good for a longer time.
Yeah, he was great.
So we could talk about that. But yeah, I got Paulie. All right,
that's cool. Good for
great
Paul.
defender. Well, he's a very good defender. He's just been caught in a couple times lacking and shit like that. So
not even that. He just tries to fucking block everything and just sometimes you get dunked on.
And I kind of went on. I went off on you, Paulie, last time. All right, Paulie.
Not disrespect my boy PG.
But nah, for real though, you step that shit up, B, because you come on, like I don't know. Maybe you could be averaging good numbers. So you gonna tell me? I still don't think.
Nah, scrap that. So you gonna tell me I haven't heard Carmelo Anthony's name yet?
The thing is,
you're not gonna put Melo. You're not gonna put Melo over Paul George. Last 10 years.
No.
You're bugged out, dude.
I think he's a better scorer.
The Melo disrespect is crazy in the world, yo.
Man, why?
People do just because of a year. It's 11 games in Houston. All of a sudden, Melo.
Dude, he made it. He only had one successful playoff run.
I mean, Paul George had like 2.
No, like
2 or 2.
3 or 4.
Man, 3 or 4 my ass, man. He was not no successful.
Dude.
Melo hasn't had a playoff run. You're right. Not in the last 10 years. But he's been really good. Like the last 10 years,
no,
he's been at a higher. He was
good.
He's been
at 4 of those years.
He's been at a higher level.
The last 6 years, he has not been.
He's been at a higher level of stardom than Paul George was.
I'm not saying
He has.
But I feel
for the
like
last 10 years
consistently, Paul George has
Melo disrespect, dude.
Nah, it's not.
I
believe Melo is better than him.
I'm not gonna let
Melo
you guys
is better
die.
than him.
I'm not gonna let y'all legacy die, boys. I got you, Kobe. I got you, Wade. I got you, Melo.
It's all good.
I ain't gonna let y'all boys be forgotten, son.
I know my real
sleep.
niggas gonna fuck with me.
Nah, Xadi sleep. He all about them new boys.
I love you, Melo, but
don't be talking about my man Melo.
When has he played defense?
Okay, but
I'm talking about two-way play.
He's a great rebounder. He's a great defensive rebounder.
Now he's a great rebounder.
He's a great rebounder.
Boy averaged 7 rebounds a game.
At a small forward.
How many double-doubles? How many double-doubles has this guy had?
At the small forward position.
Russell Westbrook has averaged over 10
Russell
at
Westbrook
the point guard position.
Anomaly.
What are you telling me?
He's an anomaly. He's something that he revolutionized what a guard can do. Like.
So James Harden is a great rebounder.
No, he don't average 7.
Yes, he does.
Right now.
Yes.
But I'm talking about Melo probably averaged 7 for his career. James Harden don't average no 7 rebounds for his career. LeBron James is a career 8 rebound guy. LeBron's an 8 rebound guy. He's an excellent rebounder. Melo's right behind him, bro. You sleep.
No, Melo is not a great rebounder.
He's a great offensive rebounder.
No, y'all fantasize about his game because it's pretty and he just makes it over everybody.
I'm just done. I'm done.
And I love Melo. And he's probably before
the Melo
Durant.
Disrespect is crazy.
Before Durant, he was the best scorer.
Oh, for sure.
In the NBA. Yeah. So I'm not taking that away from him. But when we talk about complete catalog from 2010 to 2020, right, and being consistent and not having so many highs and lows, I'm giving it to Paul George. There's something that Paul George can do that Melo can't, and that's play defense. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'll let you rock, man. But the Melo disrespect is crazy. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Point guard, I gotta go with that boy.
You don't even know.
Chris Paul.
No.
So I agree with you.
He's been the best point guard of this last 10 years.
Yeah. So I agree with you. Even though he doesn't have a chip.
Crazy.
Even though he doesn't have a chip. And that's very disappointing. He has consecutive seasons with leading the league in assists. You know what I'm saying? And being a scorer.
Melo disrespect is crazy. Melo. That's all I gotta say, man.
Yo, shout out to Melo though for
son, you've been on Melo. You've been hating on my man Melo since the first time, son. Nah, son, that shit's crazy to me. I don't know, but Melo, I got your back, bro. You one of the 10 best players the last 10 years.
You're in my third team, Melo.
Man, 13 my ass. You, like, come on, man. Like, Melo, you've been one of the best players last 10 years. I got your back, bro. But I do want to talk about, you were getting into it earlier, of, like, disappointments. You were talking about the Clippers being disappointing.
Yeah, they were one of the
You think they're the most disappointing team of the last 10 years?
But potential-wise, yeah, I think they're number one.
Yeah, they gotta be.
They just made it to the playoffs every single year.
They get a top 3 seed, 4 seed, make the playoffs, lose.
What was it though?
They ran into good teams.
They're one of the most annoying teams because they would just take up space, dude.
They ran into good teams.
Nah, but even when Houston came back like 3-1 that one year, like they should have just, you know what I'm saying, they should have advanced and they didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
at that point, do you blame it on Doc? Do you blame it on Chris? Do you blame it on?
I think everyone gets the blame. Doc Rivers is riding out his 1 championship, but when they were the overwhelmingly better team in the league. But what I think was that they ran into the West. They just ran into really good teams in the West. Like, one of the old rules of thumb used to be that in order to win a championship, you have to be better than the Spurs. That was like literally the rule. That's pretty much what happened. If you're better than the Spurs, you're going to win. And at least for like half the decade. Because the Spurs did make the finals in the early parts. Like, they made back-to-back finals. So, like, they've always been consistently very good. And a lot of teams that go to finals have gone through them. So they ran into the Spurs a lot. I remember that in the first round. So they kept losing the first round. And then once they get past the first round, they're just so, like, drained because they don't normally get out the first round. They never play well in the second round. But, yeah, they definitely been one of the most disappointments. They had, like, the nicest roster. They had a coach that everyone felt like was one of the best coaches in the league, and they just couldn't get over the hump. Lob City, man.
Lob City, man. Came, saw, and forgotten. So, we got that disappointing team. What other disappointing team or what other disappointments do you have?
Another quick one. I'm going to be very brief with this one. The next disappointing team is probably the New York Knicks.
I was waiting for this one.
I don't got too much to say about them because I don't want to really talk on them
No, you can have the mic.
I don't want to say nothing really. It's just that they just can't get over the hump. Like, they barely make the playoffs. Owner's terrible draft picks. Finally get a good player, you trade him away. It's a lot of stupidity going around in that organization.
Mr. Dolan.
Yeah, Dolan is not running it correctly. Like, he's hurting the franchise.
James.
He's hurting the franchise, and that's pretty much what sums that up. The ownership is bad. You're not gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I agree. That's disappointing.
Is there any players that you specifically think like disappointments? Like,
we mentioned earlier. Well, they're not a disappointment anymore, actually.
Ooh.
I was going to say Derrick Rose, right?
He got hurt though.
But
can't put an injury on the man.
Right, he got hurt, but he's playing very well right now, and they have him at a minute restriction, and as they should, because you don't want to expend a player like Rose, but he's doing well for himself, man. So he's not a disappointment anymore. He actually turned his
I wouldn't put him as a disappointment because he got hurt.
But he could have been so much better and so much dominant for a longer period of time. I'll say a disappointment. I would say not being able to see Braun or Kobe face each other.
Yeah, but their window is small though.
It was, but like imagine that right now, like
that'd be cool. But we got KD and LeBron multiple times, even though
that's not Kobe and LeBron though.
Yeah,
it's different. That's Mamba.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I could have done without it. Like it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. Like, we still got KD and LeBron playing. We got LeBron and Kawhi.
The disrespect.
We got LeBron and Kawhi and LeBron and KD, so we can't be too mad at how it worked out. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Kobe. I think 2009 was their best year to get to the finals. Whatever year they beat the Magic.
Yeah.
I think that was the best year for LeBron and KD, and that was before this last decade. Yeah. So I'm not really disappointed. The Lakers were kind of like done after they won that 2010 championship. So like I'm good without it. We got to see young KD versus LeBron. Then we got to see young Kawhi, and then we got to see overwhelmingly good KD team play LeBron. So it was interesting. Yeah. I was satisfied. Those are big matchups for me, honestly. But I know a player that was probably the biggest disappointment of the whole decade was probably Anthony Bennett, former number one overall pick for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mm-hmm. One that they traded away to Minnesota in that Kevin Love deal. I think he's probably the most disappointing draft pick of the last 10 years. The biggest bust.
Facts. You'd have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you here?
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't do shit. They took him number one overall, but
what are you doing?
During those years, the drafts weren't really that good, honestly. Like, I don't know. I know one of those drafts was like really weak. There wasn't a lot of really good players, so that could be another thing.
Yo, he lives in the D League though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
just
guess.
Shuffle through teams in the D League.
He got a nice little contract.
Mr. Bennett?
Yeah, because he's a first overall pick.
Yeah, that first contract, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now you make down to making 6 figs.
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah. It'll be alright. I'm sure he's financially good.
Yeah. It's still a lot. Fuck.
Yeah, speaking of draft classes, we should go through a couple of draft classes.
I have one person that I wanted to say.
Okay.
And because he was drafted in 2008. Right?
Nah, you
so
can't.
Does that count?
Probably not. I don't think so.
No?
Maybe. Who is it?
I'm just mad because there was so much hype around him.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be like another Jordan.
I guess. Who you talking about?
Supposedly. OJ Mayo.
Yeah, he was good.
I expected him. First of all, if y'all niggas seen that picture, have you seen that picture of OJ Mayo, how he looks now?
No.
Oh my God, bro. God bless his soul. Hopefully everything is all good over there. But, yeah, OJ Mayo, I feel like he was hyped up. He was supposed to be so fucking nice, top scorer, and he fucked it up for himself. Got in trouble with the league. I don't know if you remember, there was mad hype around OJ Mayo.
I remember he was the third pick in the draft.
Yeah. So that was one of my other disappointments.
He came in. Did he come in the same draft as Eric Gordon? He might have. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think OJ Mayo was like. We found out quickly how good or how bad or how great he was gonna be. Kind of quick. It's kind of like Lance. You knew they were good, but like, how good could they be?
No, like Lance.
And what did OJ Mayo get in trouble for?
I think it was drugs or something like that.
There you go, man. That shit'll get you every time.
But yeah, so you said something about the best draft class.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of like go through draft classes and just like talk about a couple of the players. Just go through the last 10 years and see who's in the league, what's going on with them. Let me scroll right back to the 2010 draft. First, top of the decade. First pick was John Wall. Solid point guard. Still doing his thing now. He's recovering.
Which
I don't know which one's the best. I just want to go through them because like I don't know them.
Oh, okay.
Like that's a lot of work. I'm not about to put in that much work. But
Sure.
yeah, John Wall was in 2010. DeMarcus Cousins, really good player. Gordon Hayward, Paul George, Eric Bledsoe, Avery Bradley. These are some really good guys. Billy Issa. I can't even pronounce his name. He's still in the league. Hassan Whiteside was in the second round. Lance Stevenson was in the second round.
You got Kyrie in 2011, Clay, Kawhi,
Wow.
Jimmy. In 2012, you got Anthony Davis, Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard, Draymond Green.
Damn.
2015, you have Karl Anthony Towns,
Okay.
Kristaps
D'Angelo
Porzingis.
Russell was in that one.
Yup. Devin
Alright.
Booker.
Book. Wet like I'm Book. Shout out Drake.
2013, you got Victor Oladipo. You got Giannis.
Well, there you
your
go.
boy.
That's all you need.
Rudy Gobert.
You got one MVP candidate and one Defensive Player of the Year. That's all you need.
2018, 2 years ago, Luka Doncic and
Trae
Trae Young. Yo, they balling this year, dog.
Yeah, they're cool.
My boy Trae.
Trae's not really adding up to any wins, but he balling.
Man, did you expect any wins from that?
Yeah, they got a nice little young team.
Yeah, but that's the Hawks. Come on.
Bro, they got a nice little young team. I don't want to hear it.
Maybe if they get Andre Drummond, but
Who would they trade? I would not give up John Collins.
no, he's a young prospect and he has fucking stupid.
What other?
athleticism.
We have 19 on there. 17.
I have 15. Nope, we already said 15. I think those are the most memorable.
Yeah. And then 19 last year. 17. I have no idea.
But we got. Oh, we also have 2014.
Who was in that one?
Andrew Wiggins, Joel Embiid,
That's the one with
and Nikola Jokic.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Andrew Wiggins, what's up, boy?
He's okay.
That's it. That's all he is. Okay.
He's good. Yeah.
There's a reason why LeBron ain't won.
17's not bad.
Um,
Mitchell, Tatum. I just saw it on the screen.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Donovan Mitchell. De'Aaron, you still gotta come into your own a little bit more. Jason, We see you, Donovan.
We see you.
We've been saw that. Ooh, I like this one.
Which one?
Kentucky Products.
2010, yeah.
John Wall.
Yeah, that was one I said earlier.
DeMarcus
Wall,
Cousins.
Gordon. Like, there's some boys on that one.
Gordon Hayward,
Paul George. Yeah, that's a good little jump.
216. Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown. My boy Jaylen Brown putting up buckets.
Yeah, Brown is good.
Niggas started working out with Kobe and fucking Tracy
Everybody
McGrady
works out
over
with
the
Kobe.
summer. That said, fuck.
Since Kobe
yeah.
retired, everybody trying to work out with Kobe.
Hell yeah, I would too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh fucking yeah. And last but not least,
2000.
or it is very least,
Oh, it was last
because
year.
we can't see what is going to come of yet.
We cannot.
But we have Zion Williamson,
Hasn't played yet.
Ja.
He's a beast. Ja Morant is nice.
Yep.
RJ Barrett needs to get more consistent.
Who would you rather, in the first couple years? Let me see. Hold up.
What's the question?
Him or Russell?
Ja Morant.
Yeah, when they first came into the league.
Ja Morant probably making a bigger splash right now. Probably on a much worse team. It's a good question. Ja's really good though. Much better shooter than Russell Westbrook coming out, especially from the 3-point range.
Yeah, he's definitely a better. I think he's more controlled.
A
little bit more controlled.
he's more in control.
But I think Russell Westbrook was just I don't know, like they're the same player almost. If you really think about it,
They're similar.
Mentally,
He's like a Russell Westbrook, John Wall hybrid kind of player.
Yes, that's a perfect mixture.
That's what I think. That's what his game is like, with a more consistent jumper than both. Once he gets a little older, you think he's just gonna get better and better with that jumper. And we've yet to see Zion Williamson. He could be like a Blake Griffin on like a bigger level. We'll see. Or he could just not acclimate. I don't know. I can't even pronounce the word. He probably won't be able to accustom himself into the league. Possibly. That's also something because he's got those knee problems.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I wish the best for him though. I think he's gonna come in. He's gonna play well because his size, his strength, and athleticism. This dude is built like a tank. He need to be playing for the Saints right now. They could probably use him at tight end. But enough with the old stuff. Wait, last question. Best player of the decade. Are we just gonna agree that's LeBron James, or should we have to argue over this situation?
That's a silly question.
Okay, so we should move on.
Yeah.
I just want to see where your head was at because you was wilding earlier about KD.
Yo, Melo still got you butthurt?
Nah, KD shit you were saying was brazy.
What?
Shit you was trying to blast.
He's soft, man. He's
trying to blast
cotton
KD.
butter.
Alright, bro.
He's cotton butter. Yeah, how you gonna go to 3 Hall of Famers and try to get your chip there and just act like everything was all right and regular? Like, nah, you
that was
the
respect yet. That right there was probably the biggest thing that happened this decade.
People really only gave him more respect because of what he did during the playoffs, not really what he did during the regular season. They knew what he was gonna do. So it's like if you're gonna make that argument against Kawhi of him just kind of displaying his shit during the playoffs, is like, do they really even need Durant during the season? Like they really only just use him for the playoffs. They didn't use
Kawhi. Kawhi wasn't really used a lot during the season last year.
Right. So I feel like it's a right argument.
KD go out and drop 50. Kawhi don't do that.
You don't need to.
He can't.
He doesn't need to.
He can't.
He can if he wants to.
He can barely, but he can't.
What do you mean? He can if he wants to.
He can't.
Nah.
He's never dropped 50 in a game.
I just think that's not his game, bro.
Well, LeBron is not about scoring buckets,
that's why
but
he's so efficient.
60.
Huh?
LBJ don't be trying to get buckets like that, but he's putting up 50 mad times and 60 in a game.
So you think Kawhi put over 40 in his last game 7 game that he won in Toronto? Like, what you want to do? If he need to do it, he's going to do it, though. Okay, but what I'm saying is that if Kawhi need to do it, he's going to do it. He don't have to do it. See, that's the difference between him and KD. KD is gonna do it regardless.
Yeah, because he can't be
right?
checked.
And it's not. Sometimes it doesn't even translate well into the flow of the game.
His team tend to win. As much as
it's
I hate
Golden State.
Yeah, I know. As much as it's Golden State, they do tend to win, so you can't take them away from them. You can take it away a little bit because they were really good compared to everyone else, but
you got the greatest shooter of all time on your team.
You got to give him his flowers, my man.
You got the greatest shooter of all time on your team.
He could have disappeared like Paul George or James Harden, but he didn't.
Literally the face of this decade, probably.
KD?
Nah, fucking Steph Curry.
Yeah, he was good.
He changed the whole game.
Yeah, he changed the game a little bit.
A little bit.
A lot more
from there.
There's a lot more people shooting 3-pointers. You're right about that.
You got James Harden, Dame, Trey.
Trae Young is a Stephen Curry clone.
Like, they pulling from deep now.
I'm just not gonna knock KD for now because he's really good.
The floor.
He's still really good at basketball.
He is. He's more than very good.
Mm-hmm.
What were we on?
We're just talking about players of the decade, but I think we should take some time to say rest in peace, David Stern.
Yes, David.
He was he was one of the best commissioners in pro sports.
My condolences to his family,
his friends, anyone that's
all the
distraught over the news.
That's fucked up, man. He was a pivotal part of why
game.
the NBA meant so much to us.
Yeah, he really made the game way more global. He was very good at marketing the game. The only thing I know people always gave him a knock for was the Chris Paul trade. That was probably the only thing I think anyone's ever said he did bad. But I don't even blame him for that trade because I think it was New Orleans at the time. They weren't owned. They didn't have an owner, so the NBA made the final decision on any I think operational stuff like trades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they vetoed the trade because they felt like New Orleans wasn't getting enough out of that Chris Paul to Lakers trade. So I think that's why I vetoed him. But that's the only thing anyone's ever really had to say bad about David Stern. Besides that, he's always been considered one of the better commissioners. He's very player oriented.
Lil Wayne mixtape.
He's very player oriented right now. I know they had a little NBA dress code thing a few years back, but we seem to have come out on the other side of that, and players are really expressive, and the NBA is very supportive. So I give it up to David Stern for really leading the league in a good way.
Yeah, there's stuff that we see, in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? That happens that we don't see in the NBA.
Yeah, they call that thing the no fun league. So.
Right. So thank you for representing that league well, keeping it respectable.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, shout out to a great life.
Yeah, man, really did some big things. But also shout out Adam Silver. I think he's gonna be even better than David Stern. I'm really like Adam Silver. I think he's one of the best commissioners right now. He's doing a lot of great things.
I think he does a lot of listening.
Yeah, he does. He tries to pay attention to the players and what they need and what they want, and I think they're gonna change a bunch of things. Honestly, implement some good stuff going forward.
Let's see until he does his first fuck up. That's when I'll see.
We'll see.
I'm gonna let you fuck up one time, see how you bounce back from it, and let's see what you do with it. But it's he hasn't really had anything to really deal with yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see. I did want to mention, we didn't talk about it earlier, but best six man of the decade.
It's probably between two people. I'd probably take either one of them. It's probably between Lou Williams. He's really good. He's won a few six man of the year.
I got somebody.
Yeah, go ahead. Who?
I got Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford. I think Jamal Crawford I like a little bit more too. like I was saying, it's between Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford. I think those are the two best 6 men of the year. Jamal Crawford's a walking bucket. So's Lou Williams. But I don't know. It's apples, oranges, potato. It's all the same thing to me. They all gonna give you a nice little effort.
Honorable mentions too. We got Ginobili.
Yeah, Manu, he's a beast. He's
You know what I'm
champion.
saying? Honorable mentions to Eric Gordon.
E. Gordon's good.
He won one of those years. But I don't know. I feel like let's look at their numbers actually really quickly. We're running out of time actually. But I just want to cover that really quickly. Alright, so let's take a look at this shit. So from 2001 to 2019, Jamal Crawford has played 18 seasons. And Lou Will has played 14. All right. So their stats are almost identical.
Yeah.
So they average about 14 and a half points per game. 1.5 fouls per game, 2 turnovers, a steal a game, 3.4 assists a game each, 2.2 total rebounds a game each. They're in the 80s in free throw percentage.
I like the same player. They're professional.
Lou Will is slightly more effective field goal percentage wise.
They're
slightly.
They're professional bucket getters. They get you a bucket.
Yeah, so I don't know. Who would you pick? Like, if you had to pick one.
I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's the same. They're the same kind of thing. I've seen both of them dominate seasons in a good way, and like I don't know. I'll take Jamal Crawford because he's slightly taller, better ball handler, but that's about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take Jamal Crawford. You have a taller player, somebody that even just by putting his hands up on defense can affect something.
Yeah, he's a better ball handler, probably a better passer.
Yeah, I don't expect Lou Will to affect anything on the defensive end other than risky steal.
Yeah.
So Lou Will, you nice as hell. I'm saying you get buckets. I don't know how. You got an awkward ass game. But style makes fights sometimes, so I give it to you.
Jay crossover, man.
But yeah, Jamal.
Yeah,
you still got the respect, Brody.
Hopefully someone signs him. He hasn't been signed yet.
Word, sign my boy.
He's a bucket getter, man. He can help you out in the series.
Sign my boy.
Somebody, Lakers, Clippers was good.
Damn. Clippers, nah. I don't want no, nah. Lakers, nah.
I do want to talk about one more.
Let him go back to the Hawks and retire it.
Oh, I don't know about all that. I don't know. I do want to talk about one more thing before we wrap up. There's been a couple trade rumors about a couple players. The biggest one right now is probably Andre Drummond. I just want to ask, what do you think, Andre? What is a good fit for Andre Drummond?
I think Andre Drummond is ready for a playoff push.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he's going to be satisfied or content if he's anywhere else. So, even though this team is not going to be in playoff contention, really, I think they're in the East, right? Atlanta's in the East.
Yeah, Atlanta's in the East.
Yeah. So Atlanta's in the East, so it's not too hard to get into the playoffs. So
not this year.
I would say he's going to stay in the East Coast. And even if he doesn't get traded to a Western Conference team, I feel like he's going to go back to the Eastern Conference. There's just too many bullies down there in the West, I feel like.
Some bullies in the East, too. Named Giannis and Embiid.
Yeah, that's just too.
Maybe bullying his ass, too.
Facts. You got Cat, you got fucking Anthony.
Man, Cat's soft like tissue, dog. He's a really good finesse player, though. He's a really good finesse player. But
no comment.
Man, I would bang in the West. There ain't no big men in the West like that.
But Drummond, he'll be good on Atlanta. I feel like
Dallas, man. You're not thinking Dallas.
Dallas, I agree.
He would be good on Dallas. That'd be a good fit.
Who's their big man? Oh, Powell, right?
They got Powell, yeah.
Yeah,
He
get
played
that
more of a
bum
power
ass
forward.
nigga the fuck out of
He
here.
plays more like a power forward too, Powell.
Alright, fuck out of here. Just because you can catch some lives, you think
Yeah.
you can fucking... fuck out of
He would be
here.
nice on that team. Portland wouldn't be bad, but they'd probably have to get rid of Whiteside. Whiteside's good too, so you might as well just keep cheaper player.
I don't think that would make too much sense.
It wouldn't make too much sense, so I don't think.
I think you could put them... Maybe... Would you put them on the Celtics?
Yeah, Celtics. Yeah. Who would you trade? If you can get rid of Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward for a
If you
fact.
can, I doubt they're going to take Gordon Hayward on. But that'd be a great little trade. Gordon Hayward, draft pick, maybe one or two of those young players they got. I think the Celtics should make a move. They need a defensive center. That's the only thing they're missing. If they could keep Brown and Tatum, get a defensive center, and Kemba, I might have to say they got a shot at coming out the East.
Yeah?
Yeah, if they got that Drummond and they get to keep... If you get to keep Brown, Tatum, Kemba, and add Drummond, I think they'd be legit. They literally have a...
They would definitely shake things up.
They'll be legit.
Drummond, I don't think has the...
Yeah, but he grabs rebounds and blocks shots.
No, he definitely
And
does.
he doesn't
but
demand the ball as much as you like. So Tatum,
right,
Tatum and Brown will still have an opportunity to like.
And B just bitches him too.
He does
much,
bitch him, but you rather have him and somebody else when you play Embiid than not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because right now they got Canner and Tice. It's not gonna get it done down low.
For a fact.
But yeah, no, the Celtics. I like that one. That's
Who the
a really
fuck
good
is
one.
a Tice?
That one's really good.
Tice.
That's a good call. The white dude on their team.
I know who Tice is, but like, who the fuck is Tice? But yeah, I think he'll be good on Boston. Is
Boston
there any
will be
other
good.
team?
Not that I can think of. They need a center that even has trade pieces. Probably not. And then I want to briefly throw in Kyle Kuzma. I read earlier today is teams are doing their due diligence, as they say, about Kuzma. So I think some teams are interested in, but the Lakers did come out and say that they're not trying to trade Kuzma. They're not actively looking to trade him, so they'd probably have to get a good offer. But Kuzma would be interesting what he does. If they are able to move him, I don't even know who you would trade for him with. The only thing I can think of is a Kevin Love, but like I don't know if you want to take on that contract. That'd be a lot.
Nah, that's
That's a little much.
I don't see that happening. Especially how old Kevin Love is now. I mean, he has a playoff experience, but he can't play defense.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
know.
I'm saying? Like, he's always getting injured. Like, what?
You can send Kuzma to the Spurs for DeRozan and a couple other people. You could send Kuzma, Caldwell Pope, and whoever else has a big contract.
For DeRozan, yeah, you want Pop the fuck out of here. That's what you want. He's out.
Pop? You mean,
How many more years you giving Pop?
What do you mean before he retires?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. They could sneak into the playoffs this year again. Their dynasty's done. They don't got no players.
Yeah, but if you trade DeRozan, I don't think it's over. I think it's over.
If you get some draft picks. And Kuzma's young.
Yeah, but
24.
he's not sticking through that.
Yeah, I know. LaMarcus Aldridge's about to be a free agent. Why not? He runs a good system.
We're honorable mention too on LaMarcus Aldridge. He's also been a great player this whole decade.
Yeah, he's been good, but he has not been able to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying?
He's another person I would say is arguably
Nah, he's not better
has
than
been.
Blake.
Yes, I feel like yeah,
Done with you, man.
yeah.
What has he done that Blake Griffin hasn't done?
You always say you keep saying that, but it's like, what has Blake Griffin done?
Average like 25 in the
That's
10.
it. That's all you're giving me is numbers. It's video game stuff. Like
And
he doesn't
I'm watching
impact the
actual
game. He doesn't
They
get
win
it
50
done.
games every year.
He doesn't get it done.
All right.
You never looked at Blake Griffin and was like, damn, that nigga's a beast. Tell me you have.
Who hasn't? Blake Griffin's like an 8-time All-Star.
This nigga said who hasn't?
I'm just saying, dude, give Blake Griffin his credit. He's like an 8-time All-Star. 7-time All-Star. I don't know what it is.
Yo, on that note, I think I'm done. I can't talk about Blake Griffin anymore. This bum ass nigga. Nah, he's not a bum.
Yeah.
But he's not as good as John Rick says he is.
Blake Griffin averages 21.7 points, 8.8 rebounds a game for his career.
That's good.
It's pretty fucking good.
That's good. I wouldn't doubt that LaMarcus has something close to that.
Man, let me pull this up before we leave.
I might already have it.
I hope so. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Aldridge averages 19.6 and 8.4. It's a difference of 2 points. Amounts to a lot. Maybe 3 points. So, yeah, bro. Oh, on that note, Blake, I got your back. Carmelo, I definitely got your back. And shout out my boy D Wade. Fun episode 4. First of 2020. We
Shout
back.
out D Wade.
See, nah, I can't even do this no more.
I'm being fake.
Man, you being disingenuous.
Alright, this nigga trying to make y'all learn on this fucking podcast.
I don't try to learn.
Nigga, disingenuous, nigga. What you talking
Shit,
about?
man, I was with Merriam-Webster yesterday reading the fuck out of that dictionary.
As you should, brother. But thank you for another episode. It's been great, y'all. Thank you for the support. Keep on supporting.
If you guys have any questions, put them in the comment section. We'll try to answer some questions.
Give us some feedback.
Let us know what you want us to talk about. It was fun talking about the decade stuff, reminiscing. Xadi just can't believe this dude Xadi just be forgetting out about boys after 2 or 3
I don't
years.
forget. You be trying to get like 3 years out of niggas and just be like, oh, that's a decade. Nah.
All right, man.
But you already know.
It's your boy JR.
Your boy Xadi. Remember the name podcast.
Damn, we can't even remember it.
Yeah. See ya.